Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's installment in the How I Got Started series. Today I'm joined by Jared Helton. He's an accomplished leader in the mortgage industry and recently got back into loan origination. Welcome, Jared.
Thanks for having me, Ben.
Yeah, totally. So, I know you know what you're here for. We're going to take it back to how you got into the mortgage biz. And I wanted to take it way back to the beginning. What was the first thing that, really planted that seed in your brain that you could make a career out of mortgages?
Well, I don't think there's many people that feel that they could make a career out of mortgages because when I started in 1996, mortgages was really not that popular. So when I started working in consumer finance, which was everything from small personal loans to mortgage lending. And my wife worked at a company that kind of I started hearing about it. I'm like, well, I could do that. It seemed like a viable career option. And it was a little bit of a leap of faith, so to speak, but I'm certainly glad that I did it.
So what actually was that first job, and how did it prepare you, for what you do today?
It was a good first job. I learned a lot about sales techniques. I certainly learned a lot about things I liked and disliked. I learned that after doing that for 6 years, it taught me how to kind of run a business because I got started there and I got promoted and kind of moved up the track quite a bit. But it also taught me things I didn't want to do, which is to be in a transactional type business. So it's if you think about it, if you just got a mortgage that's 11.99% rate and you just paid 7.25 points to it, you really don't refer a lot of people to that person. So I wanted to move into a referral based business. So that's when I opened up my own place after about 6 years of doing that.
And so thinking back to that time, was there somebody in your life then that was, influencing you or guiding, your entry into this career?
I don't think I really knew it at the time, but my wife worked there, so she was worked at the company and knew a lot of the people there and kind of explained the path that they're on, and it just kind of just fell into place. I don't think there was, besides my wife, anyone instrumental, or she wasn't my wife at the time in '96, it was before we got married, but really instrumental outside of that.
In that time, was there ever any doubt or was there some hesitances that you had, going into it in regards to it being the right career for you?
Well, I don't know how other people find their careers. I think it's one of those things where you do something, you figure out that it fulfills you, you enjoy it, you have some success in it, and it just becomes something that is kind of part of you. I can't imagine doing anything else.
So you mentioned that you get a lot of fulfillment from your job. What exactly is it that you really get a lot of that personal fulfillment from?
Well, I think that no 2 days are the same, so that makes it where it's not mind-numbing, and like you're doing this repetition over and over again, and you're really in the business of improving people's lives, which is pretty important to be part of. And, when you do a mortgage for someone, you probably learn more about them than they might know about their own financial self. So it's just rewarding to kind of guide that, and then also my role, as a leader. I help others, do the same thing. So that's really important to me. And, not just originating and working with realtors and borrowers, but also working with other loan officers and seeing their success and seeing them kind of grow up through their career. It's really, continues my, inspiration for what I do.
Yeah, well, and I like that you mentioned, learning what it took to be a leader. And, obviously you didn't start in a management position, and now you're somebody that a lot of people in our industry look up to. When were those opportunities given to you to start having a team, and what did you learn from, going from being somebody that was part of a team to then managing a team?
Well, I'm not really sure that a bunch of people look up to me, but I appreciate your sentiments on that. How it works in the sales side of things is you're a good salesperson, and what they do is usually just promote good salespeople. Certainly that's given someone the opportunity. That doesn't mean that they should be a good leader, or even that I'm saying that I am a good leader, but I certainly try at it every day. To put it in perspective, I worked for the company I started with in '96, and they said, "Hey, good news, we're going to promote you to a manager." And I said, "Oh, that's great. I'm looking forward to it." And they said, I said, "Where's it going to be?" And they said, "Lewis in Idaho." And I said, "Oh, great. Where's that?" And a lot of the people that are probably watching this probably heard that story before, but truly it was more about growth and continuing to challenge myself to those, to the next level. And you learn from every one of those experiences, whether it's, leading a handful of people or hundreds of people. It's certainly a different experience, but something you can take different things away from, and you find ways to fulfill others.
What's something about this job or this industry that you didn't know then, going back 25 years now to now? What have you actually learned over the time?
What I've learned is I'm continually learning. I learned stuff today that I didn't know yesterday, and it's just continues to evolve and change. And a lot of it kind of comes down to this, this format we're having right here. You're I think at the office today, based on the looks of it, and I'm at my house, and I'm having a dialogue with you through a computer, and that's something that's certainly going to shape the direction of where we go and how we interact with customers and how they want it to be interacted with. So it's just kind of that evolution, and I think that maybe that's sounds weird, but the learning never stops. I mean, it's just one of those things that just keeps on evolving and changing almost daily.
Is there anything else that you really want people to know about your career and what's led you to where you are today?
Well, I mean, that's a good question, Ben. Essentially, if you're already in the business, I guess I would say that what I would encourage everyone to do is being a professional and a student of your business, being a good teammate, whether you work at brand A or brand B, and all kind of collaborate toward the better good of the consumer. That's something that I've kind of always been a big believer in. I've served on several local and state boards in the mortgage business. And then the other parts is that I feel very blessed. I got into an industry where I didn't know a ton about where it would lead me, but it's provided a good opportunity and a good career and a good living for my family, which I'm very grateful for, and I feel blessed every day that I get to not only do that, but help people along the way. So it's pretty inspiring.
Well, so I think that's a great note to end it on. I think that really speaks to your business and the values that you hold. So I thought that was an awesome way to end this. So just wanted to say thank you, Jared, for joining me today, and best of luck with the future for your business.
Well, Ben, thanks for having me. I look forward to seeing other loan officers in our office go and share their story too. So thank you for doing this.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks.